Hello and welcome to a Pokemon X Hardcore Randomizer Nuzlocke. This is going to be a brand new series on my channel where we play through the entirety of Pokemon X in Hardcore Randomizer Nuzlocke fashion. So while we go through this dialogue of the opening screen, I'll explain the rules of the Nuzlocke, which you can always find in the description as well if you want to read through that, but I'll explain it really quick. So basically, the Nuzlocke part, I can only catch the first Pokemon I encounter on each route. This artwork is so pretty, I love this artwork. I just love this artwork. Sorry, I got distracted. That Whalmer, I love it. Okay, so for the Nuzlocke, you can only catch the first Pokemon on each route, and then as well, if a Pokemon faints, it is considered dead, and you have to place it in the PC box. And if all 6 Pokemon in your party faint, the run is over. So, like, if I'm in a battle and I lose all 6 Pokemon, the run will be over, and I have to start over or start a new series on my channel. But and then every Pokemon must be nicknamed as well. As for the randomizer, the abilities are randomized. The wild Pokemon you encounter are random, as well as trainers, the types of Pokemon that they have, and the field items are random as well. So a lot of different things going on there, and the hardcore aspect of it all. But basically what I'm going to do is where I cannot heal in battle. So when I'm low on health in a battle, I just cannot use any potions, any healing items of any sort. I can use them outside a battle to heal up so I don't have to go back to the Pokemon Center, but whenever I am inside a battle, there is no way I can heal unless I'm using a move that lets you to regenerate your health. So I thought there'd be no better time to play Pokemon X than after the shortly after the release of Pokemon Legends ZA, and I just thought it'd be a ton of fun to revisit the Kalos region and see Lumio City, because I haven't played Legends ZA and I'm kind of jealous of all the people that have it. Look at this nice little intro screen right here. We got Fletchling flying in our bedroom, our character, and I think I just saw a Wii U gamepad on the ground if my eyes did not mistake myself. Alright, let's jump out of bed. I think the first thing we do have to do is get changed, but let me take a look at this Wii U on the ground. Wii U got a gamepad that really was the Switch before. It's like what the Switch was intended to be, right? The issue with the Wii U is that, well, one, the controller was kind of clunky, right? Pretty big controller, but you couldn't take it on the go. You needed the console itself to be able to go anywhere, and this game just looks so good. I know it's upscale with the graphics, but still it just looks amazing. There's the Fletchling we saw earlier flying into our bedroom. Talk to our mom real quick before we could head out and grab our starter. So these starters that we pick from, normally it would be Froakie, Chespin, and Fennekin. That will not be the case anymore. It will actually be 3 completely random Pokemon. It could be any Pokemon that you can find in the Kalos region. So we got, what are their names? Serena and Shauna, right? Is that their names? It's been so long since I played this game. Yep, Serena and Shauna. So these are 2 of your friends that you go on along with. I think there's 2 other people as well. It's like a friend group in this game. You don't really have like a true rival to say. It's kind of interesting. I think every Pokemon's kind of followed that style. Got a Rhyhorn over here, very cute. Like we can actually jump on top of it. It's got a cute little beach ball that's playing with. Alright, so just so you know, when I play Pokemon games, I'm one of those people that likes to talk to everybody so I can get as many items as possible. So I do think in these intro towns that nobody really gives you any items because it's too early for that. Once we get to the next town, we'll probably still see some items, but I do want to go and look at all these different places and appreciate just how well this game looks, its design, the architecture, all the different NPCs. Because if you watch my channel before, you'll know that I am someone that likes to appreciate all the work that all these people put into these games, and you know, someone put a lot of work and effort into design, whether it be the art or whatever it might be with the game. Let's talk to everybody and see what we can see in each of these different places in the starting town of Pokemon X. Alright, let's talk to these people in here. If you are new to my channel, I just recently got finished with a Pokemon Heart Gold Randomizer Nuzlocke. It actually went successfully. We did beat it completely. It wasn't hardcore though. That's why I kind of want to do something a little bit more difficult this time. Because Pokemon X, I feel like a lot of people probably think, including myself, that it is one of the easier Pokemon games, if not the easiest one of them all. So adding the hardcore aspect to it, as well as the Nuzlocke rules, will make things a little bit more difficult. Alright, let's read this town right here. This is Vandeville Town, excuse me. This is pretty cool how they have this little animation here. Very nice. And we can already get our starter up here to the left, I believe. So this is pretty exciting. I don't know what to expect at all. Hopefully we get some good starters. They should just pop up immediately on the screen, because I remember seeing them not, like when I watch other people do Nuzlocks, they wouldn't actually fit on the screen if it was a large Pokemon. But we'll see what kind of Pokemon we find that we can hopefully take on the journey throughout with us. I am one of those people that likes to use their starter throughout the entire series. So I'll probably try to do that no matter what the Pokemon is. But I really don't know what to expect here. Hopefully we find something good after we pick out our nickname. K-Meister, sure, I really don't care. To be honest, I'm not going to read the dialogue all too much in this game, just because we already know what to expect. Alright, here is our starters, and we have, what do we have? Ooh, that's not bad at all, actually. Whirlipede, I do love Scolipede. Scolipede is a phenomenal Pokemon. Kangaskhan, it does have a Mega Evolution. Probably one of the worst Mega Evolutions, but still, it has that potential. Hippowdon, I love Hippowdon. I feel like if this was Scolipede, I would 100% pick Scolipede. I feel like the moveset is going to be pretty weak. I don't think it evolves like until it's in its 30s, I believe. Kangaskhan, it's a normal type. Not going to have that type effectiveness that I would like. I feel like Hippowdon would be the best early game for us. And so we're going to stick with Hippowdon. I feel like that is the good decision right here. Maybe it isn't. And is it going to let us nickname? We can't. Okay, so for nicknames, last series I would do everything after a fast food chain. I thought that made it really cool. This time I've actually got a random word generator. So I'm going to use this. You guys can't see me, but you have to trust me. I'm doing generating a random word. And the word, believe it or not, is cheese. So the word for our nickname for this Hippowdon is cheese. I kind of like that. It's pretty cool. Pretty funny. Cheese the Hippowdon. And remember, any of these Pokemon can have a random ability. So this Hippowdon, it could have huge power. It could have, I'm trying to think of another good ability. I don't know. I can't think of one off the top of my head. But it could be have a broken ability. We get our Pokedex. And the Nuzlocke doesn't officially start until we get Pokeballs. So just keep that in mind. We don't have any Pokeballs yet. As soon as we do, we will be able to start the Nuzlocke and officially applying the Nuzlocke rules. We got the professor's letter. I think we'd have to take this back to our mom in the original town. So we'll do that. I do think one of these two does want to fight us. I don't remember who. They should have one of the other starters, and they should carry it with them throughout the entire game. Yep, so Shauna wants to fight us, calling us by our nickname. Alright, here we go. Our first battle, and just so you know, this doesn't count if we were to lose here. I don't know if I'd rather have her Whirlipede. I feel like that's better for us early on because it probably has a pretty rough moveset if I had to guess. Alright, Cheese the Hippowdon. The Hippowdon is a different color. I just realized that. Wasn't it brown when we checked it? I do like this color scheme better though. I kind of like this one. So that's pretty cool. Let's go for Bite. See how much this does. Maybe we'll get a flinch. We do not defense curl, so it's going to raise its defense stats, which is okay. Let's just see how much tackle does. Alright, roughly the same amount. There was the defense curl, so it looks like it might be a little bit stronger. Roll out, that is going to do absolutely nothing. We're going to keep spamming tackle, and hopefully everything goes smoothly with this playthrough. So far, so good. We do have a decent Pokemon to start off with our playthrough. You know, we could have found a legendary, which would have been amazing, but, you know, I will not be sad about a Hippowdon. It's actually one of my favorite Pokemon. I just love it. I love hippos, they're pretty cool. Alright, let's go through here and take out this Whirlipede. This should give us a decent amount of experience. Hopefully it's enough to get to the next level. Oh yeah, for the level cap, so I will be implementing a level cap so I don't go above a certain level with any of my Pokemon. But every Pokemon can be leveled up before the gym. Excuse me, up to the gym. Up to the highest level of the gym leader, so basically their ace. So if the ace for this first gym, it is level 12, which we will be challenging later in this video. We can level up our Pokemon up to level 12 right before we take on the gym leader. Let's actually see the ability of Hippowdon, because maybe it's something really good. refrigerate. Normal type moves become ice type moves. That is pretty interesting. How much? Okay, tackle. Ooh, it does 50 in this gen? I thought tackle was like a 30 or 40 type damage move. I guess not in this gen. Alright, let's run back to our mom and tell her that we're going to be leaving as a 10-year-old to go off on our own. I still never really understood that. A little bit too young to be doing this, but I guess that's a-okay in the Pokemon world. I talked to her real quick. Give us the whole big long spiel about going off with a new Pokemon, being safe and all that. Alright. She's hoping she got a love letter from Professor Sycamore. I fear that is not what he gave you. Maybe it is though. I never read it. She is gonna grab something for us. It's probably like a pair of running shoes or something. A change of clothes, okay. Alright, so in this video, I did do a little bit of scouting before I started, just to know what I need to do. You're gonna have a couple routes to get some encounters, so we'll get a couple new Pokemon. We will take on the gym, because that will happen at some point in this video. And what else do we have? It's basically it, just gonna have some encounters and the gym. There's also a forest, so we can get, I think it will be 3 total encounters in this video. I'll save some other ones for the next video, just to start off the next video with something exciting. And with every video, I want to have something that is either monumental or exciting. I'm going to have at least a gym battle or a major trainer battle or a rival battle of something of the sort in every city, or excuse me, in every video. A free potion. Unfortunately, my good kind sir, we cannot use that in battle. I will use it outside of battle though, so I do appreciate that. Right, we got some shops in here. This looks like it would be a healing item shop. Let's talk to some more people and see if we can get any healing items, because I would love that. Alright, talk to you. What do you sell here? Is it like potions? Okay, it's just for healing. We're already full on health, so we're doing okay. Check out this store. These stores, they kind of remind me of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I don't know if you remember, there were like shops off to the side in one of the early cities on in the game. It was like one of the beach-esque areas. We can buy Pokeballs, but we don't have any just yet. To confirm, oh, I also want to say, as you'll see here, I have a cheat in the game for rare candies, just so I don't have to do any grinding for experience. I think that is better both for you and for me to improve the playability of this game, so I don't have to do a bunch of, constant grinding, and it's not fun to do. It's boring for you to watch and it's boring for me to do, so just to save us some time, I can level up during the video. Alright, so what do we have here? Give potions to weakened Pokemon. What a smart little fellow you are. Alright, let's go through here. Potions, we don't really need any of those just quite yet. Probably won't need them all too much throughout this entire playthrough, if I'm being honest with you. Alright, talk to this guy. When we go through, we can, okay. Look how pretty this game is. You got the water. This would be such a great area for a picture. But you cannot take a picture in this game that I know of. Maybe you can. Okay, this does not count as our encounter. We don't have Pokeballs yet. A Zebstrika. I would love a Zebstrika. The important thing to note about this route as well is that cannot get away, that's an issue, is that I believe it is a 100% capture rate. Whatever I find in this route, I am guaranteed to capture. Should I scout some more to see what else I can get here before I actually get Pokeballs? I'll do a little quick check. I just want to see what else I could get here. A Shieldon, that's not too exciting. Kind of redundant with a Hippowdon. Should I check one more, or should I just go get my Pokeballs? Just get Pokeballs, try to add a little bit of an element of surprise to this. She should teach us how to catch a Pokemon. And once she's done with that, she should give us Pokeballs, and then we can capture our first Pokemon that isn't a starter in this playthrough. That's pretty exciting. And get a new encounter. Who doesn't love new encounters? Alright. Funnelby, she has a Fletchling, so neither of these Pokemon are randomized in this catching tutorial. This game just looks so pretty. I love it. Background looks great. Honestly, just there's a ton of great Pokemon in this game. I think Fletchling's probably one of my favorite bird Pokemon. It's up there with Starly. She has 50 Pokeballs. Where did you get this money? Alright. She caught the Bunnelby. Want to give that to me by chance? That'd be nice. I have a feeling you're going to keep it for yourself. Alright, so she has finished catching a Pokemon. And one of them should give us Pokeballs. Yep, Serena does, gives us Pokeballs. I would check the count, but I don't think it really matters with this route. I really hope we get a legendary Pokemon here. It's one of the few routes where you do want a legendary Pokemon early on in the game because it is a guaranteed capture. Alright, so what are we going to get here? I'm going to throw out a prediction. We are going to find a Talonflame on the first route. That is my guess. What are we going to find? Let's find out. Our encounter is going to be a Kakuna. Alright, not an ideal encounter. I do like Beedrill. Beedrill is cool and it does have a Mega Evolution. But in terms of encounters, this Pokemon, it's kind of lackluster, let's be honest. Kakuna isn't going to do all too much for us. This should be a guaranteed capture, that's why I'm not damaging it or doing anything of the sort to it. There we go, we caught a Kakuna. And I'm going to have to pull up the random generator for another new nickname. So let me check this real quick. Generate. And that one is too long. Alright, so that is the nickname for our Pokemon. You want to think of a random word? You can guess it. See if you're a lucky person. The random word is sea. Like the ocean. Alright, sea as in water. Not as sea in the eyes, but just sea as in water. Let's check its ability, because maybe it has a good ability. These abilities will change though when these Pokemon evolve. Hyper Cutter prevents other Pokemon from lowering its attack stat. Alright. Well, I'm never going to use Kakuna, let's be honest. I will level it up. So when I do catch new Pokemon, I will level them up to be around the same level of my other Pokemon. We'll bring this up to level 6, but let's be honest, we're probably never going to use a Kakuna. The Kakuna is now level 6, didn't learn any new moves, that's not surprising at all. Let's keep going through here. You want to fight? You do look like you want to fight, so outside of our friends, you are our first Manager Joe, our first actual trainer battle in this game, and you have a trashy Pokemon in Trubbish. Bowdon is out. Alright. So the cool thing is Tackle is now an Ice-type move because of Refrigerate. That is pretty cool. So let's see how much damage each one of these does, just so I know which one to go with. So that did about 45%. A Bite, let's see how much that does. Those are about the same, so it's about 90. Alright, so they're both pretty equal in damage. Bite can get the chance of flinch if we do outspeed. Alright, there we go. Trubbish is down and out. And he has no further Pokemon, and I win the battle. Manager Joe, a little bit too young to be a manager, but you know, not sure where you were the manager of. Got some crazy work ethic there if you're able to be a manager at your age. Alright, she'll heal our Pokemon whenever we want to, and we can get an encounter. Ooh, a Dragon Scale, that's pretty good. We can get an encounter in this forest. Alright, where should we get our encounter? You want to fight? Nope, okay. Might be an item over here. It is a berry. Alright, very unexciting item, but it's an item nonetheless. And here is our encounter for the forest. It is going to be a Basculin. That is very disappointing. Alright, so we do have a Basculin. As those are words I never wanted to say in my life, but got a Basculin. We should be able to hit it with a Bite. Shouldn't kill. We're only 2 levels above it. Bite does an okay amount of damage. Alright, we go for another one. Really should just capture. I really don't want to risk a crit in killing this Pokemon. Toss a Pokeball. Let's see how we do. 1, 2, 3, and that is a new Pokemon add to the team. Time for the random word generator. This Pokemon C would have made a lot more sense for this Pokemon. But this Pokemon, alright. Hopefully that fits. I think it does. The nickname for this Pokemon is gonna be Specimen. That's because it is quite the specimen of a creature. Alright, Basculin, does this fit? Please tell me. Oh, there's a lot of text in this game. Alright, characters. Alright, Specimen, hopefully that fits. If it does, that would be great, and it will. I can just tell by looking at it. Aren't I just a smart person? I am not at all, actually. I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes, I'm gonna throw a lot. And you'll probably yell at the screen a lot, saying, what is he doing? Alright, let's grab this item over here. I tried to. Let's see what else we could have got in this forest. Let's torch ourselves a little bit. I would have loved a Marsh Stomp. That would have been amazing. The Quad Grass weakness would have been a little bit scary, but I would have taken a Marsh Stomp any day over a Basculin. I guess we should see the ability for Basculin. We can heal our Pokemon, so that's good. Which we can do. Remember, this is outside of battle. As long as it's outside of battle, we can heal as much as we want. Alright, let's check on the ability of Basculin, and let's level it up to be at level 6 with the rest of our team. Healer sometimes heals an ally's status condition. Not sure if there's too many double battles in this game, so it could be decent at a certain point. Rare Candy, can you learn like at least some sort of good move for us? Level 5 and level 6. What I'll do is I'll go to the lowest level of the second highest in my party, just so I'm not always going to the absolute highest level. Should we get some other Pokemon out front here so it's not just Hippowdon? Have a little bit more variety. I did not mean to do that. Alright, let's put I actually don't know what kind of moves you have. You have, what do you have? Water Gun, Uproar. Pardon, okay, you're unusable right now. Alright, let's keep going through this forest, and hopefully we can do... Looks like it'd be a hidden item, doesn't it? Hidden item, please? Really? Nothing? Or did I... Oh, maybe I already grabbed an item. Okay, I'm stupid. Never mind. Ignore me. You need to go up here to the right. Got our friends all throughout the forest. Not sure what they're doing. Are you wanting to battle? I guess you're battling him for me. You have a trainer up here. What is going on? What are you doing in the grass? Oh, you found an item? Thank you. Paralyze Heal. Alright, let's keep going this way. We battle this dude. I guess we should. We should get some money so we can buy some Pokeballs. He says he has a Scatterbug. I don't believe him. Another manager. Wow. A Regice. Okay. Alright, so a Regice. We're going to send out our Specimen. Forewarn. You know I have Uproar. Great for you. I would love to use Hippowdon right now, but let's see how much a Water Gun does. This could be stupid. Alright. That does just about nothing. Lock on. What kind of moves could a Regice even have at level 3? Just go for Water Guns. Try to get the damage down. It looks like it's a 3-hit KO, which is good. I thought that was going to kill. We do get paralyzed, so we are going to switch out. I thought we're already going to say bye to our red striped fish. We're going to go back into cheese because Kakuna is literally useless. I don't have any damaging moves on it, just hardened. So we're going to go into cheese the Hippowdon. You're going to use Lock On. Zap Cannon is such a crazy move to have at level 3. Okay. We don't have any ground type moves. We do have Sand Attack, but it's not physical or anything. Or special for that matter. It's just a it just lowers accuracy, so it's not going to help us all too much. I'm going to have to remember that normal type moves are ice type moves because that's going to throw me off at some point. I'm sure I'll forget that. Specimen is level 7 and wants to learn Headbutt. That's actually a pretty decent move. Could get a flinch, right? Did flinch? Yeah. Okay, we will get rid of Tail Whip. I don't feel like I need that. I feel like Basculin is too fragile to be... Is it fragile or is it bulky? I've never used a Basculin in my life. Clean Clang. Alright, that's kind of scary. We actually have to stay in. We don't really have a choice. I don't know if it has an electric type move. Drizzle. Ooh. I don't think you have any water type move. It would be good for my Basculin, but it is paralyzed. Okay, let's go for Bite. I believe Tackle would be resisted with that ice type. Ice Grip. That is a interesting move. Nonetheless, we survive. Go for bite. Alright. Pretty easy so far. We haven't ran into anything too crazy. I guess you could say Regice is crazy, and we're lucky it didn't have Explosion. Does Regice get Explosion, or is that Regirock? I don't know. One of them gets Explosion, or is it Registeel? Alright, you'll heal my Pokemon. Thank you. Please do that. I would appreciate that. Free healthcare. Thank you for that. Let's go through here. And are we already done with the forest? Is that it? Nope, there is another trainer battle. Hopefully you don't have anything too crazy for us. Rapidash. I do love me some Rapidash. Very cool Pokemon. Basculin is actually a good lead for this. Let's go for Water Gun. Basculin. Very interesting Pokemon to say the least. Maybe it is the sneaky MVP of the series. Like, it's the Pokemon you don't expect that's going to put in work for us and actually save us at some point. Quick attack, you do have priority, but it is only doing 5 damage, so we're okay. And if I do ever feel like I'm over leveled, I will turn off experience share. I know we don't have it yet. I'll turn it off and I won't do like rare candies as much. I'll just make sure the most important thing is that I stay below the level cap, which is 12 for right now. Looks like we're at a decent level right now for all of our Pokemon. Granted, one of them is useless, so, you know, trying to make it somewhat fair. There's that Marshtomp that I would have loved to have. Swampert, one of the coolest final stage evolution Pokemon. I think we do get one more encounter before we take on the gym. Okay, there should be an item here to the right, so we'll do this. Could be anything, could be a Master Ball, could be an... I don't know what, it could be Focus Band, Ag Cargo. Right, Basculin is actually doing pretty good for us. It's been a good lead. Is there a difference between blue and red Basculin, or is it just color? I am not an avid Basculin user, so I wouldn't know. Basculegion, on the other hand, is pretty cool. I would have loved that. So unfortunately, it's not in this game. Alright, so let's see what the level of the other Pokemon is that she has. Abomasnow. Going to cheese. I don't know if Basculin's good, or Abomasnow is going to have a grass type move, so we'll play it safe and go into our higher level Pokemon because it is only level 4. So even if it does do something crazy on us, like a Hammer Arm, it shouldn't do all too much to us. Bite. It's going to do 40%. Nope, it's going to do about 60. I tried. Try to do a prediction. Alright, get a defense drop. Unfortunately for you, buddy, it does not matter because this is a 2-hit knockout. Alright, I do love this game so much. I don't know why I just said that. I just love this game. It's a great game. I do appreciate the experience being pretty quick with leveling up, because after playing Pokemon Heart Gold, which was so slow to level up, and I did a lot of leveling up off camera, and that was a pain. This game, it seems like the experience is a lot faster. There's an item, gotta grab that. A Prism Scale. Pretty interesting item to get there. I think this is the end of the forest, so I don't think we need to heal up anymore. All of our friends should come over and talk to us. Thankfully, we don't have any deaths yet in this playthrough. You'll notice on the layout there is no death counter. I know a lot of people put a death counter, and you're probably wondering, why did I not put a death counter on the layout? And the reason is pretty simple. We're not gonna die in this playthrough. Yeah, I'm just joking. I didn't put it on there because I already have a lot on the layout and I didn't want to clutter it. But I don't want to be reminded of how many deaths I have while I'm editing these videos. But there is, hopefully we don't even need to use a death counter at all. Alright, so we are going to get a new encounter on this route, which is pretty exciting. What do you give me? Adventure rules? Let me check how many Pokeballs I have, because if I don't have a ton, I don't want to, you know, miss out on something crazy. Let's see how many Pokeballs we've got here in our bag. We have, what do we have? 8 of them. Can we avoid? Should we get an encounter, or should we try to buy Pokeballs? Alright, Let's see if we can avoid these Okay, we're getting our encounter. Our encounter for Route 3 is going to be a Lanoon. That is terrible. I think, could you have a worse set of starters to start off a hardcore Nuzlocke? A Lanoon, a Kakuna, and a Basculin? Times are tough. Okay, we'll go for Headbutt. There's no way that's killing. This is a Basculin. We can flinch, hopefully. We don't have any status on any of our Pokemon, which is kind of a pain. Alright, we should be able to catch it at least. Maybe it has a good ability. Maybe it has a good ability. Alright, we should capture this in one attempt. It's a Lanoon. It's pretty weak. Level 5, it's in the red. I'm gonna start pulling up the random generator. Wait, maybe I'm not. It doesn't want to be caught. Growl. Trying to scare me. I am a fish, dude. You're not scaring me. Toss another Pokeball. Please get in the Pokeball. How do you not shake once? You are a Lanoon. Tackle. Actually did a lot of damage. What if this is a huge power Lanoon? Huh? Wouldn't that be something? A terrible Pokemon with huge power? 1. Seriously? How is this? What is this catch rate? 17 to 5. It's doing 12 damage and we're 3 levels above. What's our defense looking like? 16? Is that bad for this level? Probably, right? What is Hippowdon? 27. Alright, I guess we're gonna switch into Cheese. Hippowdon. And these encounters are terrible. All we can hope is that this has a good ability. And if you're wondering why I'm catching these Pokemon, I do have a thing that I like to do, that a lot of people like to do, called duplicate claws. So if I see another Lanoon in the wild down the road and I've caught it before, I can actually re-encounter and try to find a different Pokemon on the route. 1, 2, 3, please get in the ball. What is wrong with you? You are a Lanoon. Come on, man. Alright, is it really this hard to capture normally? Like, this feels pretty pathetic. It's level 5 and it's in the red. Why aren't you catching it? 1, 2, 3, come on. Thank you. That was way harder than it needed to be. We did catch it after several attempts. And its random name is gonna be, it's actually a pretty fitting nickname for this Pokemon. It is Tongue as the name for this Pokemon. Alright. It usually sticks out its tongue, doesn't it? Or is that Obstagoon? Might be both of them. But Tongue is the name of this Lanoon. I've been watching too much Queso lately, thinking of the Goob Lagoon. Alright, Tongue is the nickname of this Lanoon. It is going to be added to our party because we don't have any substitutes for it. Alright, Lanoon, level 5. What is its ability? Multi-scale. Reduces the damage the Pokemon takes when its HP is full set. Actually is a good ability. We'll level it up to... Actually, we won't level it up. I'm gonna try to avoid these trainers so I can heal. Alright. Let's try to heal first, and I'll come back and grab those items. Santaloon City. Alright, let's heal up real quick. Got this dude walking behind us. I don't remember his name. Is it like Irno or something like that? He likes to dance, I'll tell you that. Alright, so let's go back and heal. Then we'll fight some more trainers, grab some items, check out the city, see if there's any items we can get. And then the last thing we'll do in this video is take on the gym. Alright, so we got a party of 4, which is, it's good. Bad thing is, the party is absolutely terrible. So let's go back through here, take on some trainers, and we can't get that item yet, we need cut first. Let's fight this trainer, let's grab some money. I'm kind of curious what else we could have gone on this route. I'll probably check just because I am curious. Have a Hippopotas. Bad thing for you is I have a Hippowdon. Literally its mother. Okay, let's go. Okay, I think that was okay. One has a very noisy dog. I love dogs. Who doesn't love dogs? Alright. Speaking of animals, I got a fish on the screen. Have you guys ever had a fish before? I never have. I've always been more of a dog person. I really never had any aquatic animals. Well, I do like them, I just never had one. Roselia. Right. Specimen is not a good lead for this. Has been putting in some decent work for us though. Alright, what kind of moves does Lanoon have? Tackle, Headbutt, Tail Whip, and Growl, so we'll put Tongue in. I try to use more than one Pokemon in playthroughs because I don't want to, you know, just stay with the same Pokemon. It can be kind of boring for you and for me, so it's nice to see some variety. Only 1 HP. That's where the multi-scale comes in. We'll go for Headbutt, try to get the flinch. That was a ton of damage. Is Lanoon actually like sneaky good? I've never used a Lanoon before. Imagine I'm hating on this Pokemon, it's just like actually crazy. For your, that's kind of tough. Actually, you would think that we don't have any super effective moves on this Pokemon, but we actually do because Tackle is an Ice type move because of Refrigerate that should be super effective on Superior. Let's give it a go. Let's see if it works like that. Tackle. Vine Whip, that is going to do some decent damage. Only 6 though, so we're doing okay. Super effective? It is, and it's an Oko. You love to see it. Superior is down and out, and you have, they are unable to battle. Kind of want to channel my inner Pokemon Stadium there. Phenomenal game. Well, I wouldn't say it's phenomenal. It's a decent game. It's a fun battling game. The mini games are what's fun about it. Magikarp Jump. Clefairy one, I love that one. The Ekans. So many good mini games on Pokemon Stadium. You had Ekans. You had the Sandshrew one. You had the Hypno one. The Drowsy one. I was terrible at that one. I hated that one. You had the Voltorb Pikachu Switch one. Rattata. And there were some good mini games on that. Mamoswine. Let's go for Water Gun. Don't know what Mamoswine has in terms of moves. Hopefully it doesn't have EQ this early on. Okay, that's fine. Am I missing a mini game? I feel like I'm missing one from Pokemon Stadium, like the original one. It was like a grid. It was like a 3x3 grid. Is there 9 of them, or is it 12? I don't know. Anyway, those mini games were a ton of fun. Never played them? I recommend you try them out sometime. I actually hate to say it. Actually, I don't hate to say it. I'm actually proud of Specimen. It's been a really good Pokemon for us so far. It has a decent move pool, surprisingly, too. It's got Dark, Water, and Normal. Alright, and we beat Client Joe. Is that what it said? Client Joe? I randomized all the trainer names and class names if you couldn't tell. Grab this item, a Smoke Ball. I'll take every Pokeball I can get. Thank you very much. Alright, let's go through here. Looks like one more trainer battle. Should we get someone else out in front? Let's put... Lanoon's not at full health, but I feel like it's still strong enough, as you saw by the amount of damage it was putting up. And let's take on this trainer. It kind of looks like Harry Potter. Do you have glasses on? Alright. Engineer Jasmine, and we face a Deoxys. Okay. It's not the defense form. Mold Breaker, it breaks the mold. Wow. Revolutionary. Let's go for Headbutt. I should probably switch into a different Pokemon. I have faith. Lanoon? I was sleeping on you. Okay, my game just froze for a second. We're good. I thought I was going to have to abandon this recording. Alright, Lanoon. I didn't realize how good of a Pokemon it was. I'm so sorry for disrespecting you, Lanoon. I'm going to have to look at its attack stats. I guess Headbutt is stab. Normal type stab. Maybe it's like a crazy good physical attacker. Tongue is level 6. We are in the wrap though, so I kind of want to get out of that. That's some good experience for Tongue too. Okay, it's 2 Waddle. Actually stay with Tongue. I know we're in the wrap. Wrap really doesn't do all too much. Headbutt is my Oko. And almost Oko to Deoxys. Okay. You get the flinch though. Oh, the wrap's over. Okay. We'll go for Tackle, save some PP in case we do need it for some reason. Because maybe the last Pokemon is a Dialga. Alright. Porygon 2. Alright. It's not Z, so we're fine. D is the scary one. Go for Headbutt. I know you probably think I could just switch into a Pokemon with Bite and just use that on a Psychic type. It's Conversion 2. It transformed into Rock type. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to switch then, because it's probably gonna do nothing. Rock type. I guess Basculin, right? It's Water type. Makes the most sense. Most logical switching. Alright, Specimen. Tackle. Okay, I know I said I have a terrible team, but they are actually putting in some crazy work right now. Basculin, been really good. Lanoon's been doing a crazy amount of damage. I actually want to check its physical attack because I'm really surprised at how much it's doing. Needs some good experience. Kakuna is the weak link though because it has a terrible move pool. And by terrible move pool, I mean it has exactly one move to its name. Alright, let's heal up and then I'm going to check Lanoon's stats because I'm kind of surprised by how good it actually is. And then I'll grab some items. What is Tierno looking at? Should not be staring. It's kind of rude to stare. Like staring at Nurse Joy. You should like look this direction. Maybe don't look directly at somebody. You're gonna turn around. You're welcome, Nurse Joy. Don't stare at people, it's kind of rude. Let's see, what do you sell here? Pokeball and potions. Let's buy some Pokeballs. And I'm gonna do the smart financial economic decision right here. I'm gonna buy 10 Pokeballs. Because you get a Premier Ball as a bonus. So if I would have bought 9 Pokeballs, that would have been a wasted opportunity because I could have just bought one more and gotten a free item. Okay, so nothing here that excites me. You guys want to give me an item? No. You want to give me an item? No. Alright. Let's check Lanoon's stats. Actually, let's just check the stats of all of our Pokemon. I will do a team recap at the beginning of every episode. Multi-scale is really a good ability. Let's see here. Attack is 16, so it's not even that crazy. It's just Headbutt is a good move, 70 physical. 16 compared to Basculin's 25, jeez. 25, 24. Actually not bad. Its defense is terrible though. And it's Spadef. Okay. Hopefully we can get Beedrill soon because Beedrill actually is a cool Pokemon. As much as I'm hating on this team, it could be decent. Well, this music is a vibe. I used to listen to this music all the time when I was studying. This is great. I love this. Okay, got some hats we can choose from. I actually don't want to spend any money on any clothing because I feel like for the Nuzlocke it's more important to spend money on essential things. Got a nice bench. Let's sit down here and relax. It's a very nice city. Got some good music in the background. Alright, let's go through here. Read the sign. A traditional city. That it sure is. Alright, so I'm going to check all these buildings and see if there's any items we can get. Never know, maybe we find a Master Ball and we could use that Master Ball to catch a legendary Pokemon that we typically would be unable to catch because it's early on in a game. Alright. No, I really don't want to hear you talk to me. Sorry, that was kind of rude, wasn't it? Okay. Alright. I can literally sit on their bed. That's kind of messed up. I would not want a random stranger just to walk in my house. You ever think about the fact that none of these houses, none of them have the door locked? There's just such a trust factor in these cities that, you know, anyone can literally just walk in your room, just sit on your own furniture, turn on a TV, look through the trash cans. Kind of crazy, isn't it? Alright, let's go through here. This fountain is really cool. Oh, it's a Roselia. That's pretty cool. It's Roselia, right? Not Roserade. It's one of the two. If I'm mixing it up, I'm sorry. Alright. Got like a nice little coffee shop. Such a vibe just to sit out here. Got all the flowers. Good place to take somebody would be this coffee shop. Alright. You got... Talking about trades. Do you want to trade something? Ooh, okay. A Loudred for my Curlia. I would actually do that if I did have a Loudred. Alright, you there, I was thinking, boy, there's nothing to buy at the shops around here. Get yourself some gym badges. That is the plan. I'm actually gonna get one very shortly, hopefully. Alright, let's go up here. A couple more buildings to check. Alright, talk to you. What is this, like a trainer school? It is a trainer school. Very nice building for a trainer school. Got some books. Y'all like reading? Let's talk to you. Looks like they all just want to talk about like something to teach you. This guy looks like he'd give you something. Let's talk to him. He does. He gives us some X attacks. All right. Not the greatest item. I'm gonna check this. Ooh, X defenses as well. Thank you very much, sir. All right. Let's check this trash can up here. I don't know if there's items in these trash cans or if they're all empty. That one's empty. What time does that say? Alright, there is no hand signals on that clock. That is very interesting. Okay, got a very blurry map. Not seeing anything too exciting here. Alright, trainer school. You are blocking the way. Anything up here? What is this up here? Oh, this is the coffee shop. Anything? Nope. Alright, I'm gonna just check every place I can for any items. Got you, that's blocking the gym. We could get an encounter, but I'm actually going to save it for the next episode. And then let's go ahead and we have full health before we go in the gym. We are, okay. We're going to start off with our... Actually, let's go into someone else. No, actually, let's stick with Tongue. I like Tongue. We're gonna stick with Tongue and this as the our lead Pokemon. Oh, she wants to battle. I wasn't even reading that. Okay. All right. Weightlifter Christine. She sends out a Medicham. Thankfully, Medicham is terrible without its original build. Oh, Rebecca. Okay. Headbutt, right? Oh, is this psychic or is this fighting? I don't know, but we're gonna click headbutt and hope for the best. That flinch is so clutch. Headbutt, such a good move for normal type Pokemon. Double flinch, let's go. Lanoon, you are the sneaky MVP of the series so far. I already said it was Basculin, but you are already putting in some crazy work for us. Level 8. I love the backgrounds in this game. Like the battle backgrounds. Level 9, wow, we're getting some crazy experience. Our Tongue is now has increased in levels. Alright. Next level, or actually next trainer should be inside here. Ooh, we got roller skates. That's exciting. You can actually go a lot faster. Alright, I don't need instructions. Please don't tell them to me. Let's try on our roller skates. Do we have to equip them, or we're already just wearing them? Okay, look at this. Look how fast we're going. This game's such a vibe. Any of y'all just randomly just run around in a city like this, hatching eggs, trying to find a shiny? Such a good game. I sound like a broken record player, but it really just is such a good game. Santaloon City Gym. Got a Metapod and a Butterfree on the background. That looks like a Venomoth on the ground. Anybody remember the Venomoth sweep on YouTube? Any of y'all know what I'm talking about? You're a real Pokemon fan if you know what I'm talking about. Alright. Somebody knows what I'm talking about, but okay. What are these pictures on the side supposed to be? I'm not trying to talk to you. Can you please shut up? Alright, that was kind of mean. Okay, there we go. What are these pictures supposed to be? They're really blurry. I know that's Metapod. I know that's Butterfree. What is that just a flower? I'm trying to see if these are Pokemon. Kind of just like flowers. On the ground, you see the Venomoth silhouette. It's pretty cool. Alright. Go jump down this little area right here. Seems like a very safe gym to just jump straight down into a pit of nothingness. Thankfully, there is a giant spider web. I guess nobody is questioning how this gym was built. Or... this kind of looks like a ride at Disneyland. It's not. It looks like it'd be like a Peter Pan ride or something. When you're like on the pirate ship. Alright, let's avoid that trainer. Do we go up or do we go around? Go up, okay. Go through here. Hopefully I can understand these puzzles that were made for a game that was made several years ago. Alright. Looks like we do have to fight this trainer here. Alright. He is calling me weak prey. You're gonna eat your words in just a second. 2 Pokemon, Ranger Ann and a Shinx. So cute, I love Shinx. Alright, Tongue versus Shinx. Headbutt. Let's get the flinch. Get the flinch. Tackle. Alright. Does 2 damage, wow. That multi-scale really is a good ability. It kind of like reduces the nerves when you're sending down a Pokemon. Or I guess I should say Lanoon. Alright. Relicanth. Is that part rock? What is Relicanth? Is it water rock? Is that what it is? We go into. Jeez. Should I go for Bite? Is that the play? I really don't know. We need a grass type. A grass type would be great on our team. Alright. Jeez, full level, 42 health. Level 9, wow, okay. Levels are already getting pretty high. We'll go for Bite because of the ice type refrigerate. That does nothing. Can we get a flinch? I'm the man of flinches right now. Should we put to sleep? Should I? Let's use Yawn. Let's put to sleep. So we'll go to sleep and then we can just keep going for bites and flinches. So you've got the flinch. Oh, Harden. Somebody trying to be James Harden. Gonna drop a triple double with 15 assists, huh? Alright. Harden. 2 Hardens is +2. That's fine. Just gonna have to spam bite. This is gonna take a long time. You are asleep though, so at least you can't get any more Hardens off. Alright, so a couple bites. Actually, I haven't even said yet. So this series, while this takes forever for us to kill this Relicanth, the plan for the series is to upload it every other day. So essentially, video will go out next day, nothing unless I'm working on a different video for a channel. I upload that, and then there'll be another video every other day. So say if this video goes out like Sunday or something, the next video will be Tuesday. So in case you do miss any episodes, I will have the full playlist on my channel. So just head on over to my channel. There's a little tab that says playlist, and then you can click on that and it'll show every episode in the series. You can find it all in a seamless way. Water gun really doesn't do all too much. This battle is taking forever. Yeah, that's the plan for this. There is a chance that I do miss an episode or 2. Just because life happens. And you never know, there might be something that happens and I just miss an upload. Hopefully that's not the case, but it definitely very well could happen. Alright, thankfully he's not going for water gun. Or she's not going for water gun. One more bite should take it out though. I risk the water gun crit. I don't know if I should risk it. You have water gun and you have tackle. Just go into specimen. I don't want to risk a crit if it goes for water gun. Relicanth is kind of an annoying Pokemon. That would have been fine, but you know, just playing it safe. We'll go for bite. Might take 2 of them to kill it. Okay, it's just 1, that's good. Alright, there we go. Hopefully this series does last a long time, because if I ever do lose my whole entire party, the run will be over. I could always replay this game as well. If we don't get too far into it, I could start over with a re-randomized version. Actually go back and heal. I feel like that is the play. Right. I could understand where I need to go out. I just went the wrong way and now we're fighting someone else. Alright. Level cap is 12, so I have to be really careful. Fuck. I don't like poison type Pokemon. They're always very tricky for me for some reason. What's our levels looking like? 10, 11, and 6. Okay. I really wish Kakuna was viable. Go for Headbutt. That does almost nothing. Pound. It might not have anything good, but it does a lot of damage. I guess because we don't have the multi-scale because we're missing some HP. I'm gonna try for another flinch. I really don't want to lose Tongue. Please flinch. Pardon. This is the part where normally I would just heal and be like, okay, this is fine. I can just heal. Problem is, I can't do that. So it's a lot more difficult. Please flinch. Down. Okay, how much is that gonna do? 23 to 16. That does 7. I can't risk it. I really need cheese to have more health. I'm gonna go into specimen. Alright. Just go for nothing crazy. Mud slap. Oh, now you pull out the mud slap. It does nothing though. You lose some accuracy. Gotta put some glasses on my fish. Water gum. Is it pure water or is Basculin part normal? It is pure water. Okay, so water is stab. We'll go for water gun. And take another hit. Poison gas, okay. It is gonna poison us, which is a pain. Thankfully, Pokemon don't get hurt while they're poisoned in this game, like they're walking outside of a battle. Go for another water gun. Please kill. Does, okay, we're good. We are in the clear, which is great. Alright. Specimen is level 12, so we are at the cap. As long as we enter the gym leader with at or below level 12, we are good. I'll probably level up Kakuna a bit because it is 6 levels below the level cap. Alright. I did go the wrong way, unfortunately, but okay. Try not to fight that guy because we didn't fight him yet. Why am I forgetting where I need to go? There we go. This direction, and then we'll go back up through... How do we go up here? Oh, controller, please. Okay, there we go. Gonna heal up at the Pokemon Center, and then we'll check our levels, who we want to lead with, and we'll take on the very first gym of this entire playthrough. Alright, let's go to the left here, because the Pokemon Center is down here to the right, and heal up. Tierno is staring once again. I'm gonna make him look this direction instead, just to make Nurse Joy feel a little bit more comfortable. Alright. Nurse Joy never gets any days off, does she? Or is it just like another person that looks just like her that's filling in for her place? Alright. All our Pokemon are fully healed. And then we'll take a look at our levels, and then we'll take on the gym. Did I talk to you? I don't remember seeing you. I like your style. Pretty cool style. Alright. Go inside this gym. It's a pretty nice gym. You got some solid gold on this gym. Alright, time to take on the gym leader of... Our first gym leader of the entire playthrough. If I can remember where I'm supposed to go in this gym. So let's run up here. Oh, we can actually run. Okay, that would have been a lot faster to do. Just saved y'all some time. I'm sorry about that. I think I remember where we need to go. Thankfully. Alright. As I say that, I just messed up. There we go. Alright, so let's check our levels. Alright, so we need to level up. I'll level him up to 10. I know I said level cap was 12, but I'm going to go with 10. Make things a little bit more difficult. Always taking the hardest road, right? I say that as I'm leveling up Pokemon rare candies. Alright, level 8. Can you please learn a move? 9. Level 10. Alright. Oh, it already evolves? Okay, that's amazing. I didn't realize level 10 was when Kakuna evolves. That's pretty early. Okay, Kakuna can evolve into a Beedrill. Please give me a good ability. Give me a huge power Beedrill. I'd love that. This is a long animation for an evolution. That's pretty cool. I like it. Beedrill, very cool Pokemon. Maybe it can actually get some action for now. Fury attack. Did learn a move. Can we get a second move, please? Nope, just one? Okay. Alright, so we got 2 level 10s, 2 level 12s. Let's check its ability. I'm gonna say that it has Drizzle. And it has Poison Heal, restores HP if the Pokemon's poisoned. So that's not a bad ability. Definitely a plus ability. Fury attack, how much does that do? 15, 2 to 5. Not the greatest attack. I'm actually going to lead off with Tongue because of the multi-scale. And let's take on the first gym of this entire playthrough. Hopefully we can get through this with no deaths at all. That'd be amazing. Hopefully we can get through the entire playthrough with deathless. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Have a deathless run. And she just took a picture. You did not ask me at all, but whatever. Viola, what's your actual name? Scribe Joe, alright. Clefairy, it is a fairy type in this game, right? Is that when Clefairy became fairy? Alright, Tongue. I'm gonna go for Headbutt. Get the flinch, hopefully. And Lanoon is strong, that was a crit, that's why. Get the crit, we got the flinch. Lanoon, great Pokemon. I completely take back everything I've ever said bad about you. You are a great Pokemon. Yeah, a decent amount of experience there, level 11. And here we go. Actia, okay. You don't have any Fire Flight or, what was I saying? Fire Flying type moves. We just stay with Lanoon. I feel like the play. It's still at full health, so the multi-scale is still in effect. Let's stick with Lanoon. Who would have thought that this Pokemon would be carrying us right now? Go for Headbutt. Do outspeed, which is great. Headbutt does about 50. Clear. Alright, so we still have the multi-scale in effect, which is Headbutt, and it is a 2-hit KO. Alright, Lanoon is amazing. Scribe Joe is defeated. Get just under 2,000 Pokédollars for winning that battle. And we get our very first badge of the series right there. There is our first badge. Add it to the layout along with our team of Pokemon that I am actually starting to love. Up to level 30 will obey us in battles. That's pretty high actually. Infestation, we do get a random TM, so that's pretty cool. TM 83 Infestation. Maybe Beedrill can learn that. Alright. Is it random? I don't know if it's random. Let's go through here. Maybe it isn't randomized, I don't know. Alright. You leave this, exit through the Butter 3 painting. This guy wants to talk to us. What do you want to say? That bug badge. After you heal up your Pokemon, why don't you head to the lab in Lumio City and show it to him? Sounds good, I'll do that, sir. We'll go to Lumio City soon. And I think that is it for this episode, right? I just need to heal up my Pokemon and then we'll get some new encounters. We'll head towards the next gym. And hopefully everything will go good. So if you guys did enjoy this first episode of this playthrough, please give the video a thumbs up. If it gets a lot of thumbs up, it'll help me reach a wider audience. And hopefully I can continue doing videos like this. And it shows me that you enjoy it. And feel free to comment if you have any suggestions, anything you want to say. Doesn't matter. You can even tell me your favorite Pokemon. I don't care. Feel free to talk anything. I love to engage with the community and see what you guys have to say about the series. And I think that's going to do it. Also subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. And that is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, just give a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.